Please help us welcome the one and only Chris
Chris.
Simpson.
Hey, what up, Chris?
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing this morning?
How's it
Oh
going, Chris?
man, we're doing great. Thanks for jumping on,
Thanks for having me as always.
man. What the hell? A good game on a Thursday night? Talk to me.
That was a good game last Thursday night.
No,
we're
this
talking
How
about
about tonight?
Forget about Thursday.
Talking
the night
I
game.
mean, look, Tampa Bay. A lot of people thought they were gonna fall off. You know, Tom Brady leaves. Yeah, they won that Super Bowl. They got what they needed to get out of Tom Brady.
right.
Got that Super Bowl. Went on that run. I mean, even as a wild card team,
Mhm.
they still got in. And that's why I just always say, look, it doesn't matter which way you get into the playoffs. You just get hot, play your best football at the most important time, and good things are going to happen. But everybody was wondering, what direction were they going to go in? No Tom Brady, no Bruce Arians. Todd Bowles has come in. Has
Yep.
a better team around him now than what he did when he was with the Jets.
Yep.
And, it's really been the emergence of Baker Mayfield because Baker has never been a bad quarterback. All Baker
Right.
needed was someone to believe in him, for someone to have the confidence in him, and most importantly, he just had to execute. And that's what he's been doing. Yeah, Tampa's the best team in the NFC South. And you look at Atlanta, I'm still trying to get a feel for them. Kirk Cousins isn't a bad quarterback, but he struggles in prime time, and that's been a well-known fact. Now, I will say Atlanta did get cheated a couple of weeks ago against Kansas City because that was blatant pass interference. But
It
we're not
was.
going to go into that.
It was.
Yeah, come on now. I mean, look, Stevie Wonder could see that. But
The other thing I say about Atlanta, I said this about New Orleans when they got screwed out of an NFC title game.
Mhm.
And Chris, you and I have talked about this for many a year.
yeah,
You cannot leave points on the table either.
no, you can't. When the opportunity presents itself, you got to capitalize. Look, I always say when you play certain teams, you have to be able to come away with points and not kick field goals. Brian, what have I always told you? Whenever you played those Patriots with Brady and Belichick,
Yep.
you couldn't come away with just 3. Same with
No.
Kansas City now. You're not going to beat them kicking field goals. You got to score. You got to punch the ball in
You
somehow,
have to put the ball in
somewhere.
the end zone.
Mm-hmm. You have to. You cannot leave. I've been critical about this with Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers, the entire Shanahan era, about leaving points on the table. That's one of the factors that's going to decide tonight's game.
I agree. Because, look, the matchup in this game is going to be the Tampa wide receivers against this much improved Atlanta secondary. I love what Jesse Bates is doing.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Terrell is a very underrated yet elite corner. And remember, the Falcons have a pass rush now. This is why they went and got Matt Judon. And when you have a good pass rush, it allows your secondary to naturally make plays upon the football.
Yeah, it does. And what you have to love about that also is that not only are the secondary making plays, it hypes up the entire defense, and it gives a little mojo to the Atlanta offense, especially tonight at home against the Buccaneers. This is a low-key, huge NFC South game that could manifest itself later on in the season when a playoff spot or a division title hangs in the balance.
Yeah, and the way I also look at it, the Saints have come back down to reality. The 4 of us could get together and put up 40 on Carolina.
Yes.
That's not really saying much. Then they go into Dallas, which was really impressive. But ever since then, it just seems like they're okay with just settling. You get what I'm saying? And you don't know what version of Derek Carr you're gonna get.
Right. Say that again for the brothers in the back at the old Georgia Dome. Please say that again.
You just don't know which version of Derek Carr you're going to get. Like 1 week he's good, next minute he comes back down to reality, and that's why I don't trust the Saints. Brian, I echo your sentiments when I say this. The NFC South will come down to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons.
Yep. And the biggest thing that the Atlanta Falcons did, no more Arthur Smith. He is now Pittsburgh's problem.
Yeah.
How much did Arthur Smith handcuff that Atlanta team?
Oh, it was a lot. I don't know if he'd be doing what he's doing with Kirk Cousins. It's more of a free flowing offense. Sometimes you just need that change. On the sideline, a guy that players will buy into, and Raheem Morris is what we call the players coach. So he knows the ins and outs. He can relate to his players. He's tough on them, but he's lovable. In other words, he's a leader of men, and that's what you need. Yep. And you can just tell when guys want to play for a head coach. Because I'll just tell you this: the games that the Falcons have won, they would have been losses under Arthur Smith. The Falcons could be overboard right now.
Absolutely. True. Absolutely. Ryan McCarthy joins us from Saratoga, New York. He brings up a very good point when he says the Falcons scored all their points on defense and special teams last week. Their offense is mind-boggling. That's what we're going to flip it back to, is the Atlanta offense. The word I'd love to use for this Atlanta offense, besides mind-boggling, is inconsistent.
I agree. I think what the Falcons need to do is jumpstart that running back. They need to get Bijan Robinson the football. He could have a Christian McCaffrey-like impact on the Falcons offense if he's used correctly. He can run it. He can catch the ball out the backfield. He can beat you in a variety of different ways.
And that's going to be the key to tonight's game for me, is going to be Atlanta's offense in general, part one, but part two, Atlanta's running game. And Bijan is battling a bit of an injury. I think it's a hamstring injury. So just in case Bijan is not at 100%, what do the Falcons do in that situation?
Lots of quick passes. Get the ball out of Kirk Cousins' hands quickly. Try to find some type of running game. Because Tampa can be had on the ground. Look at what Denver did to them a couple of weeks ago. They ran the football and they kept running it until Tampa Bay could stop it. And guess what? They couldn't do it.
They couldn't do it.
Yeah.
They could not do it.
Yeah, because Tampa isn't as stout as they once were on the defensive side when it comes to running the football. So that's what my game plan would be. Lots of screen passes, get Drake London the football early and often, go from there. And I think a lot. I think that's how their offense can open up.
All right, time now for our keys to the game, driven by Ford, the official vehicle of Snowman Multimedia. Well, all right, let's look at Tampa Bay. 3 keys to the game for Tampa Bay will be what?
Well, Baker has to take care of the football. This is a very opportunistic defense, and they will make you pay for it. That's number 1. 2, Baker has to be protected. I'm watching this Tampa offensive line against this Atlanta pass rush, which is much improved. I'm neutralizing Matt Judon. You can't let him get an impact. Neutralize him, run at him, take him away, and good things will happen. And most importantly, they got to get some type of pressure on Kirk Cousins. You just can't allow him to buy time in that pocket and allow him to nickel you and dime you all game long, because he will make you pay. I think any quarterback will make you pay if you just sit back in that zone coverage and let them nickel you.
Ooh, it's gonna be a good one tonight.
I agree.
It's gonna be a good one tonight. Prediction?
Tampa beats them by 4. I say 24-20. I think Baker throws a touchdown in the fourth quarter, and Tampa's defense does the rest.
You heard it first, folks. Yep. You heard it here. That is Chris Simpson joining us to break down Thursday night football. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. This is a huge home game. There's another point I want to hit real quick before we let you go.
Let's talk about it.
Huge psychological advantage or disadvantage waiting for Atlanta. They need to win tonight after the years of being handcuffed by Arthur Smith. They need this one at home tonight for their own psyche to prove that the stench of Arthur Smith is gone.
To prove it was Arthur that caused a lot of their woes.
I can't disagree. with that. And the reason why I say that is because Atlanta, they've either been at the basement of the NFC South, or they finished in third in the
Right.
NFC South. Now, they have a better coach. They have a veteran quarterback. It's just all about this offense getting together. This defense is good, but can the offense complement the defense? That to me is the key surrounding the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, man. Woo-wee. Gonna be a Donnybrook tonight, boy.
Yep.
It's gonna be a Donnybrook tonight. It's the Atlanta Falcons hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football. Part of the Snowman Sports Machine tonight, as we'll be peeking in on that and peeking in on a deciding wild card series. We'll give you the entire schedule as we go along here this morning. Chris, always a pleasure, my brother. We love you. Thank you so very much. We'll do it again next week.
Absolutely. Love you guys back. Have a great rest of the show.
Thank you.